Howdy folks, welcome to episode 64. We're going to, we're going to do some more driving our train here. We're going to do the log run, the big log run. So, we're going to get headed out on that in a second. We're going to put some more stuff in the thing. That's the technical, see we're only at 29%. I don't know what that is in metric. There we go, 91%. Alright, that's probably a much better number in metric too. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and, okay, that's interesting. Are they on or are they off? Huh. Okay, anyway, yeah, we're going to get going. Let's get going here. So I did figure out what was going on with this. Let's bring this down to like 25%. I did figure out what was going on with this. It was that I put the game in full screen instead of windowed mode. My question is, should I go back and then bring the train forward? I wonder. I'm kind of wondering if it would be a good idea to do that instead of coming up this hill like this. Maybe go this way and this way and go past that and then bring the train forward through this, back through this instead of going the other way. I think that might be a good idea to do that because I know that corner is really, really tough on, especially if you're trying to push a long train of cards like that. So we'll try doing that and see what happens here. I mean, the other thing is we could bring the whole thing backwards, but I mean, all right, we need to start adding some. There we go. Add some reg. This is a pretty tough hill, actually. But yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to head off. Whoa! Really? Alright, let's get out here and grab this. We're going to let this coast for a little bit. The farther we get up this hill, the better. Alright. Cool. And we're going to put a couple brakes on a couple of these. Whoops. There we go. Okay. That was interesting. Alright, let's get this before it stops to, or before it goes to. And hit our brakes. Alright. I did say idiot approaching, didn't I? Alright. So let's get our flat car put back on here. And go like this. Take that pin out. Yep, okay. Pin should be out. And we'll take this one out because I'm not sure where that's going to be. So we're going to have to figure it out. Alright, brakes are at 0 here. Okay, so let's get this back up here. Let's get it back up close to the other one. Apparently you can't go through that intersection that fast, is the moral of that story. Oh yeah, it's right there. You see it where it dips right there? That's probably where it came shooting off. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nice shooting, Tex, there. Alright. And we'll get this close before we... It's pretty good. It's getting close. Alright. So, let's... Yeah. We're just making sure that we've got connectors here. Okay. Got to do that before you get backed up to it. Okay, so, because it won't let you. Alright, let's go like this. Can we... There we go. 18. I just want to get... Yeah, I just want to get up to it, and I don't need to... I don't need to slam into it. There we go. All right, that should do it. Okay, and then we can take off the brakes here also. 0 and 0. Yeah, it's pretty much what we were trying to avoid in the first place, was this disaster, right? Hopefully the brakes on this thing will be enough to deal with all of that trying to come down the hill. All right, so we're going to take this back off. There we go. We're going to bring this back through. We're going to be gentle about it. Bring our regulator down as we can. It'd be nice if we could see around that corner without the trees in the way. For all I know, everything's just popping off the tracks. Right. One at a time. Every time we get to the next one pops off the track. All right. There we go. Now I think we can make it through here. If we just take it easy. There we go. It's more fun this way. I mean, I could put 4 cars on there and go full speed, but where's your sense of adventure, right? All right, so we're going to back this up until we get past the next switch. All right, cool. And we can coast there. Idiot approaching whistle, right? And what is our water level? It's 1300. Okay, that sounds like a good number. Sounds like a good number to me. At some point we're going to have to refill water on some of these or something. Okay, this is a little bit of an uphill on this too, so we're going to want to take it easy pulling these up this too. So no going, 100% on the regulator and all that stuff. All right. Let's jump out here. We're going to actually do it this way. Whoops. All right. And let's head out. Get this going. Why is it? Oh, because of the brakes, that's why. Here, we'll bring this at... We'll get a little bit of momentum going here so that we don't have to pull hard over that. There. Okay, now we should be able to just coast over that instead of pulling hard over it. That little bump right there. It's not too big of a bump, but yeah. It's better to coast over that. Every car goes over with its own momentum instead of being pulled or pushed over it. Alright, yep. Looks like it's doing fine. It's doing fine. Okay, so we're going to want to... Yep, we're going to want to stop these once we get to... Here. Take the brake off. We want to get this car up here. And then we're going to have to be very gentle about how we come around this corner. And I think a lot of that is just going to be letting the... it's going to be letting the thing's own weight pull it around. Pull it down the hill. Okay, so we're going to put one of these on each. I mean, honestly, it seems like we should be putting more of them on there because these going down the hill is going to be more of the challenge. But it's just so tedious putting all these on, you know? It's such a tedious thing. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to save. We're going to save this. Let me show you while I'm in here. It was this. See, if we put it on full screen, then this gets screwed up. It's windowed. So I don't remember that being in the README, but I mean, that was like, what, 4 or 5 months ago when I actually set that up. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this thing where we're going to set up, oh, I guess I have to do this on the bottom, don't I? Can I resize this window? There it is. Okay. We're going to set up this window, and we're going to do this, open controls. All right, and we're going to do this again. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to go like this. See, it's going to go on its own. We don't even need to hit the gas. We just need it to hit the brake. So we need to get the third car. We need to get the third car basically right in front of where my blue arrow is pointing on the upper right there. Slow it down a little bit. Reminds me of the roller coasters where you're not quite at the station, but then it it slows way down and then creeps into the station instead of just slowing down at the station. Go a little bit more. I want my blue arrow to be pointing at the back of that car for the most part. Like that. Let's see how that looks. Close this up. We're going to do this. I think that will get us our thingies, our logs. Yeah, we're going to put 2 of them on each one instead of 1. We're not going to do 6 though. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to like go into the save each time, but that's way too much loading time and everything. Then I'm just waiting for the loading screen. All right, so we're going to go like this. This is where, let me see. I want the front and back of the car to line up with this. So we're going to go like this. And then we're going to hit the brakes. Release the brakes, that is. So that's 0. And then we're going to want to do, this is number 1. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. Our brakes are still good enough. Yeah, our brakes are still good enough to stop it pretty quickly. It's going to change as the thing gets heavier. There's 1. 1.5, 1 3/4, 2. There we go. All right. Hopefully we didn't get too far here. Nope, that looks good. Looks like it's going to work. The other thing is I don't want to slam on the brakes as it's, you know, as it's trying to push. Those are trying to push around the corner and all that stuff, and slamming on the brakes and using extreme braking for that is going to be yet another problematic thing. So we're going to go like this, and let's see what we have here. See, it's starting to go more and more extreme here. There we go. We need like 75% brakes just for it to not roll. You can do it. %50 brakes. There we go. Whoops. Almost there. A little bit more. Yeah, we're probably going to need to we're probably going to need some assistance with the brakes on this thing, like put the brakes on the last car or something like that, in order to keep this thing from rolling itself down the hill just by its own weight. Especially when we get the rest of this loaded up, like when we come back from the save and this has 3 times as much logs on it, 3 times as many logs too. 3 times as much mass in logs is what I was going for. All right. So we have 4 more cars left. Let's see what we've got here. Can we do it? There we go. There's a little bit of lag between when you hit the controls and when it actually sends that command to the cab. So it's something you gotta be careful about. There we go. That seems to be creeping it along at just the right speed here. Maybe a little bit less brakes. Fewer brakes? Not fewer brakes, less brakes. All right. I'm trying to get my kids to learn the difference between those two things. Not fewer milk. All right. Is this... Yeah, this is where we need to be stopped. Okay. Looks like we're going to survive this, I think. I think the brakes on that are good enough. It seems. There we go, and this one. All right, so let's get lined up here again. And we're going to bring our brakes down just a little bit. See how far we have to bring them. 30%. 20%. Really? 14%? Huh. There we go. Alright, that's 0. 22%. If it suddenly stops on its own, and I'm going to be worried. Right? It's when these start disappearing, that's when you know you're in trouble. So this is 1. We can keep the brakes at a decent level. We can put this up here too, so we can see a little bit better. Let's let this back down to 20%. Is it... It's not coming off the tracks or anything. Let me see. Let me double check. Nothing's coming off the tracks, right? Nope, it's okay. It's still all on the tracks. Making sure we're not derailing here. All right, we're almost. No, we're only halfway there. Okay. I'm gonna go like this, and then we're gonna let the brakes off. %. There we go. All right, looks good. I think we've got it. So we're going to load up 2 onto these, and then we'll be good. And then we just have to survive that corner at the bottom. Right? We have to unload. I think we're going to have to offload cars as we get them onto the platform, so that we don't have a huge... Yeah, it probably would be better to have the cars first. I don't know. Kind of thinking it might be better to bring this backwards all the way, but we're too late for that. All right, I'm going to save this, and then we're going to... Whoops, we're going to... here. Save with the preloaded, and then I'm gonna load up the thingies, and I will be back in just a minute. All right, we're back. Everything's loaded up, so we should be good to go. Let's jump in here. There we go, and hopefully we can. You know what? I need to make sure that our switches are all in the right place, like that one. That would make a big difference. We're gonna go a lot. We're going to be going a lot slower if that switch isn't in the right place. There's 2 pieces of track right there. There's one underneath the thing that I wasn't able to get rid of. So yeah, we're going to have to coast our way down here, and then we're going to have to be really careful about how we approach this corner. So, yeah. It might even be interesting to pull the thing off the side there, but we're going to see if we can... We're going to see if we can get this to happen. So... All right. can hit 0 brakes. We're just going to let this coast for right now, at least until we get around the corner, but I think probably till we get past the switch. And we might even keep it from going too fast. Use a little bit of brake. But it looks like it's going to go about the right speed. I don't want to go super duper speed here, but this seems to be a good speed right here. This is about how fast I wanted to go. So we get a little bit steeper hill here, so let's give it some brakes. There we go. I'd rather give it a little bit too much brakes at this point than not enough, right? There we go. 50% brake. Yeah, we can, sure, why not? Even more. There we go. All right. Looks like we're good on that. Cool. Okay. So we should be able to just roll from here. A little bit more. Just want to get the rest of that past that switch safely. All right. Now we should be good. I don't want the brakes on when the engine is what's being pushed instead of what's pulling down the hill. So, yep, we'll let that get its momentum going. All right. Let this roll. It doesn't seem like 12 cars. Because they're vanishing into the distance at more quickly than I expect them to. Alright, we've only got this one hill to get past. This little flat area or whatever to get past, so I think we're good. Because then we've got that other big hill again. We've got another big hill to roll down, so. There we go. If I had the ability to, I'd have this going, I'd have the brakes on the back end, keeping this instead of, you know, putting the brakes on the front end, but this is what we've got. This is where we're at right now, so that's what we're going to have. Alright, I'm not sure why my frame rate is chunking here sometimes. I thought I turned everything else off. But it's just every once in a while it's doing a little bit of chunky frame rate. Alright, and this should be mostly good, and I think it's about here where we start hitting the hill. There we go. Yeah, see right here, you can see it. You can see it right here, but this should keep, more of this is coming onto the hill, so we're fine. Yeah, there's a little tiny little segment right there too. Wonder why stuff is falling off the tracks all the time, right? All right. It sure feels like we should be, I mean, that feels like this thing's coming down a huge hill, doesn't it? Because that, I think, is level, isn't it? Or is that going uphill? I think that's what it is that's providing the illusion that it's level and that we're going downhill when we're not going downhill nearly as much as we think we are. Okay. We're getting some speed built up, though. Oh, it's the thing. Oh, man, I heard, like, crunching sound and stuff. But it's just the... it's just the whatchamacallit. Okay, so we're going to get, like, 4 cars on here at a time, I think. We'll just go for 4. We're not going to try to stretch it out to, like, 6 or 8 or something like that. So we'll just go 4 cars. We'll get the first 4 emptied off. Yeah, that seems more than enough. And There we go. We could probably get 5, but we're still going to have to stop 3 times anyway. So let's go get this unloaded. And this unloaded. And this unloaded. And that. There we go. How many logs do we have? It's throwing me into the pond. All right. It's trying to see if I'm a witch. All right. Rain, apples, very small rocks, ciders, gravy, judges, lead. I think lead is my favorite. Okay. What's your favorite thing that floats on water? You know what I need to do is I need to get out and use the interface for this. Let's do that. We're gonna get out. We're gonna use the interface. I mean, you could even like disconnect these, put the brakes on these, disconnect these, and bring that all the way forward so it's not pushing on it. But yeah, that's a little excessive. So I think we're gonna stand. We can't see if we're doing that. How about if we stand here? Ooh, we can stand up on here, can't we? Can we climb up on here? Yeah, there we go. All right, we can see better that way. All right, so let's go like this. We're gonna bring the car, open controls. There we go. Can we, yeah, we can do this. Okay, cool. And let's go like this. And we're just gonna let it go on its own. Is that corner? Yeah, that's fine. All right. I was just looking at where that switch is. I mean, I could make it go around the other corner, but I don't think the other corner is much better. So. Oh, that corner, that's the one I'm looking at. I'm like, I don't remember that being that way. Okay, that's why, because it isn't. All right, we're gonna give it some brakes here. Just a little bit. Just enough to slow it down. Not enough to derail it. All right. Okay. So that should be sufficient for that. There we go. And we're going to go like this. And this. It's weird where it wants you to point. There. All right. And we're going to go back over this way. How's everything looking up here? He's like, I'm fine. How are you doing? All right. Are these... Let's see what our number is here. We're at 41. Okay. And we have 24 more, so we're not even going to fill it up. All right. And they're still moving, too, so let's see what we have over here. Because if any of these hits 100, it stops, right? Yeah, see, lumber is at 100, and beams are at 100. Okay. Nope, it hit. They're both at 100, so whatever we put on here is just filling up the log pond. All right. Let's go like this. And I really don't know if we're going to be able to get all these 12 cars around this corner without something falling off or whatever, but we'll see. Yeah, it seems like it isn't going to want to move, is it? Okay. So we're going to very, very, very gently, 3%. See if we can make 3% happen. There we go. Alright, they're not popping off or anything. We'll just let it coast for a second here. I'm watching these. Remember they used to popcorn all the time too. They seem to have become more stable. Yep, looks like it's going to be about there. So after we get this, then we're going to see what industry is next. What industry needs to be filled up next. And then we'll get to doing that. It seems like it's going downhill more in a hurry. Seems like it's speeding up as far as how much it's going down the hill. Let's give it a little bit of brakes so that we don't have an extreme shock when we try to make it stop completely. Can we get this one? Current speed 0.7. I think it's going to stop on its own, isn't it? It almost seems like it's going to. Alright, let's do this. There we go. That's what I wanted. Alright. Take this out of here. And then we could even bring those down to bring... what is it? The logs and the... is it the steel beams? Is that what they are? Is that the other thing that you unload with those? Come on. I have to go to the end. Alright. I think it's steel beams, isn't it? Which come out of the that come out of the ironworks or something. Not the ironworks, the one that's in the valley. So yeah, we're good. We got 65 logs. So that's pretty good because we would have to bring 4 more cars, and then yeah, so it would be easier just to not do that. Okay. So, you know, it'd be almost nice to have a switch here and just have it go straight out, but that's okay. All right, are we in the fall over here, or are we out of the way? Yeah, we're still in the fall there. Okay, so this is going to need to back up. All right, let's go back to here. See if we can back this up without crashing it off the tracks. We'll see. I think we can. It looked like it took 3%, so it might take like 6 or 7%. To go the opposite way. I don't know. Let's see. We're going to go like this. 4%. Is it moving? 6%? There we go. We're moving at 6%. Okay. We just need the tiniest bit. I almost want to have the porter at the other end. You know? 8%. Let's see if we can get it to move. No, it's already compressed. Okay, so what I want to do is we're going to go like this. We're going to let it expand out. Come out just a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to hit the reverser. Whoops. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to shock it. But that's okay. Got it moving. 2%. But yeah, I just wanted to get it expanded. Because what happens is if it's all compressed like that, if all of the cars are pushed up against each other, then when you push on the very front car, then it's trying to push all of them at the same time. If you get them separated out, then it pushes this one, which pushes into that one, which pushes into that one. So your bit of pushing, your energy is slowly moving each bit instead of trying to jam every car. So especially the one that's on the tightest part of the corner is only trying to push the next car and not trying to push 4 cars around the whole corner all at the same time. So that's the idea, is your little impulsive energy goes around the corner slowly instead of all at once. That's what I was trying to accomplish there. I don't know. I assume that's a thing with real railroads, because why wouldn't it be? They got to be smart enough to figure that out, right? No, I'm the one who thought of it just now. Sure thing. All right, let's see what we've got here. As far as, let's look at our industries and let's see what we can do. So this one, I believe, is out of fuel anyway. So let's check our map here. We're going to close this. We're going to blow up our map here. Let's get our map full-sized here. Okay, so this industry is good. See, show info. It's cool. You can do that. All right, and then we're going to go check our, I believe this is the smelter. We have cordwood. We need cordwood. So the smelter needs a little bit of cordwood maybe. I mean, the output is full. The output is the raw iron and the rails. Okay. So that one's full. What we want to do is we want to get all of the outputs of all the industries full. So let's see what we need to do in order to do that. Let's go down here. The iron mine. It's pretty much full, as you see here. And what's after the iron mine? Then we go to the ironworks. Okay, so the ironworks needs steel pipes, and it needs lumber. Okay, raw iron, lumber. Okay, yeah, because it needs to make steel pipes. So we need to bring raw iron and lumber, because we got tons of coal. Raw iron and lumber to the ironworks. So that's going to be our next thing. And the raw iron is on, I forget which things that comes from. Let's see. We have tons of coal. We do need to bring beams up there eventually, but we have tons of coal. And then the oil. Let's see what we have for oil. Oil needs beams. Okay, so it's going to be beams. That's our big thing. Steel pipes there. Steel pipes are our output. Okay, so yeah, raw iron and lumber going to the ironworks. I believe we filled this up, didn't we, for the most part? Yeah, still need some oil and stuff like that, but that's fine. Okay, so raw iron and lumber. And where's our raw iron coming from? It's coming from down here. Not the sawmill, down here. The smelter. And our raw iron is coming out here. Yeah, see, we've got a bunch of it here. So we need the raw iron cars and we need the lumber cars. That was the other one, right? So we need to put together a set of cars. Are these the raw? These are the logs and the steel pipes. So let's go back to our map and let's look at which cars we need. I think it's just this. Let's go teleport here. And these cars have, whoops, no, I don't want to re-rail. I want to locomotives. Lumber and raw iron. Okay. Yeah, so it's the stake cars. Yep, it's these two. These two. Okay, so lumber and raw iron is these. Alright. So yep, we're going to have to come down here, get a bunch of these, bring them down to the smelter, and then get stuff from the smelter and from the and the other thing. So I think that's what we'll do next time, is we'll do a smelter run, because we've already done, or we'll bring them to the beam thingy. But yeah, that's going to be it for this time. What we're going to do next time, we're going to get all that stuff. We're going to basically get all of our industries loaded up again. So yeah, that's going to be it for episode 64. Join me in episode 65 for some more fun driving, and we'll see you then. Later.